This gorgeous recipe is what I'm about to show you. Definitely worth your time, and it is truly delicious. I'm busy getting ready for Texas chicken casserole, and I hear that there is supposed to be a flyover, and so anyway, I run inside the inside my home and grab my camera. That one right there, as a matter of fact, change lenses on it, put this lens on there, and once I got this sucker on there, ran back outside just as quick as I could, changed my settings, threw my lens up in the air, and started snapping pictures. So that's the flyover. That was the Texas Blue, or excuse me, Texas, listen to me. That was the Blue Angels. They were flying through Texas. They are flying over Dallas-Fort Worth area today, so that was really cool of them to do that. This is the 6th of May, and I am busy cooking. I decided I need to get in the kitchen and be innovative to make a new recipe. I wanted something to do with chicken, and I wanted it to be kind of a one dish kind of meal. That doesn't mean it's all cooked in one dish, although I'm pretty sure you could if you tried. It's actually finished off in one dish. This is Texas chicken casserole, and what I've done here is put together a group of flavors and have layered it together in such a way, let me tell you, it's absolute heaven on a plate when you get a big serving of this. So let me show you how I like to make Texas chicken casserole. Let's get in the kitchen and cook it up. Before we do that, let me mention to you, see the cat? It says Texas Cooking Today. I need to get an apron out just like that, and I will be real soon. Also, shirts, recipes, everything Texas Cooking Today that's going to be sold is right there on my website. That link is down in the description box right next to the Texas Cooking Today link. And there's a couple of others in there. You might want to take a look at what's going on. Now, let's get in the kitchen and let's cook up this fantastic recipe. Yeah. The ingredients list for this is really, well, there's a lot of stuff here, but it's all really basic stuff. I mean, I've got a chicken here. We've taken our chicken, we cooked it up, boiled it up, and shredded it. Got rid of all the bones and the stuff we don't need, just got the meat here. And I've got a cup of the broth left over right there. If there's more broth, I'm gonna save it for later. Right here we have cream. I have some Parmesan cheese, garlic, tomatoes, jalapenos, onion, poblano chilies. I've got some flour here, butter, cheddar cheese. We got corn tortillas, paprika, sage, black pepper, and a bit of salt, and that completes the list for a fantastic casserole. There's nothing but deliciousness about to come. This dish requires shredded chicken. So take a chicken, cook it up, shred it up, and don't forget to save the broth. We're going to use some of it in this dish, and what you don't use in this dish, you're going to want for other dishes. Well, I've cooked up the chicken. It is now coming apart nice and easy, so it's time to shred it. Then we can get on with the recipe. I need to go ahead and get everything cut up here. I'm going to fine dice the jalapenos. I'm going to dice the poblanos. I want to dice the onion. I want to mince that garlic. I'm also dicing the tomatoes. Once all of that's done, it's ready to start assembling, and oh, it's good fun after that. So get all of your stuff prepped out and ready to go, and we move right on. Now folks, I finished doing all of my prep work, getting the onion and all of this stuff diced up. This is important. You don't want something else to be burning someplace else while you're trying to cut this or that. Have it ready to go when it's time to cook. I line everything out in the way that I'm going to use it. Over here to make a cream sauce. Got to cook up my vegetables together and then get them seasoned and spiced out. And then I'll add in my chicken, and then we'll build the casserole with the cheese and the tortillas and that cream sauce once it's mixed into this and it's all one unit. Oh, there's a lot of food here and a good recipe coming up. Let's get started. I'm going to make the cream sauce first and move on from there. First thing I have to do to make a white sauce, I'm melting my butter. I'm going to get my flour and stir it in there. When I cook that flour for a few minutes and it turns light tan, I'll put all of the cream in there all at once, stir it in real well. When that comes up in temperature, it'll thicken, and then we can put our cheese in there. It's a fast, easy way to make a white sauce. Look at this beautiful sauce. I've just finished adding the cheese in there. It's still just a little bit stringy. And as soon as that finishes, oh yeah. So as soon as the cheese finishes working its way in, then I'm going to take this and set it aside. Oh, there is one more step. I'm going to go ahead and add some of the broth that I had from the chicken. It's going to make it a little thinner, but that's not a big deal. That's extra moisture that we need in this to cook out while it's in the oven. Well, I'm doing a little cooking on this. My white sauce with the cheese is already finished up. It's sitting on the side. Now I'm trying to do a little caramelizing here. So caramelize your onions, your chilies a little bit, and then get the tomatoes and garlic in there. Cook those for just about 5 to 10 minutes. And then add in your chicken, cream sauce, your seasonings and all that, all kind of go in together and let it cook for a couple of minutes, and then we're ready to build the casserole. All of my vegetables and spices are now cooking up inside of this. I'm going to give them about 10 or 15 minutes. And then I'm going to add in my chicken, and then I'm going to add in the sauce that we made. Now if your chicken seems a little dry or you think it needs a little moisture, not a problem. Take some of that broth that you have, about 2 to 3 ounces of broth, pour it over that chicken and just stir it in. That'll make it very moist. All right, give this some time to cook and we move on. Well, I've got all the vegetables cooked up. I added my chicken, then the cream sauce, got it all stirred in, and this is what I have. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful or what? There's a lot of color going on here, and I just want to grab this and get a bowl and start eating. However, I have a casserole to put together. Something I do want to mention, you might want to coat your dish lightly with oil. Sometimes some of the items will stick on the edge, you know, like the tortillas will stick on the edge. You don't want that happening, so go ahead and just grease down, or oil actually, your pan. And that's all I'm going to do. I'm just going to put a little oil in there and rub it off with a paper towel, and I'm done. I'm building out my casserole now. What I'm doing is just building it in layers. So what I'll do is I'll do it like a layer of tortillas, and then a layer of my chicken and vegetables with sauce, and then cheese over that. And you just build it up until your dish is full. All right, and this is filling up really nice and quick for me. I do have my oven preheated to 350 degrees. This is a dish that's pretty doggone full, all right, and I can just see it bubbling over on the edges. So what I'm going to do is take a pan and put it on the lower oven rack, and this one's going to be on the middle oven rack, and that way if anything drips out, I got something to catch it and I don't end up with burns in the bottom of my oven. Okay, there you go. There we are. 350 degrees. And how long? Well, it's not going to take long. We just need it to cook or heat up throughout because everything's already cooked. And then once the cheese is melted and browned on top, it's ready to enjoy. The quantity of everything that we used for this casserole starts right over there. Let's start with the corn tortillas. Anywhere from 15 to 20 corn tortillas, depending on the size of your dish and the size of your casserole. 1 pound of extra sharp cheddar cheese, 4 ounces of butter, 3 tablespoons of flour, 2 poblanos, 1 medium onion, 3 jalapenos, 1 pound of tomato, diced, 4 cloves of garlic, 2½ ounces of shredded Parmesan cheese, 2 cups of heavy cream, the meat, shredded meat of 1 chicken, 1 cup of the broth from that chicken, 2 teaspoons of salt, 1 tablespoon of black pepper, 1 teaspoon of sage, and 1 tablespoon of paprika. And together, that equals delicious. Let's take a look at this gorgeous casserole. Come on. Well, let's just hope it comes out of the pan okay. If so, everything should be a go. There we are. My timer telling me it's time to do this right here. This is really good. All of the elements are there. All of the flavors. It just pops. This, folks, this is banging good. When we try it, you're going to love it. Thank you very much for watching Texas Cooking Today. Check out my website. You're going to get all kinds of goodies there, including the recipe for this, my caps, aprons, shirts, and other good items. Folks, thank you very much for watching this, and please have a good day. Oh, don't forget to look in the description box. Take a look at what's down there. Thank you.